Hello everyone, I thought I'd just show you how I have my Cisco Virtual Lab set up. It's kind of a hybrid between Cisco VIRL, GNS3, and the CSR1000v instances. Each one has pros and cons, but I wanted to set up a all-in-one solution, so to speak, and be able to manage and go through lab scenarios remotely. So for VIRL, I went with the OVA or the ESXi distribution. And so that's what I have here, and I made a little Visio to kind of show how I have it set up, which is basically I have a single VM with VIRL with the 10 router topology with 4 of the iOS L2 switches. Cisco ASAV just because I don't have a whole lot of experience with it. And so I just kind of use that for testing, and then it's connected into the flat network for this management network. And then over here, I have the 15 individual CSR Vs with all the interfaces on a trunk all. So that way I can create other interfaces to tap into other VLANs, but in this case, each router has a sub interface that's tagged with VLAN 300, and then that goes off that trunk. And then for the Linux GNS3, it's based on the CCNP Labs Cisco Pressbook, and so I have the 4 routers and then the built-in switch that also then ties in to the same flat network for the management. And then I have the 3 Windows hosts, 2 and 3 I use for if I'm training other people. So I have TeamViewer installed on those. So when I'm running those, people can log in remotely with a TeamViewer account. The Windows 2008 server is for using LDAP integration for authentication on some of the routers and the ASA and any type of secure things that require LDAP authentication. And then of course we have the ESXi physical NIC card, which then ties into a 3560, and then that goes up to the main backbone router, the 2821, which is doing the NAT for this management network. So basically now what I do, for example, is I'll have my host 1 here, and you'll see that I have 3 network interfaces. So there's one here that is set up on DSL. That's how this host gets its internet connection. And then I have the flat network, which is that management network, and I just don't have a VLAN assigned to it. And the VM network is for the actual network that VIRL lives on. So let me open this host here. Get it set in here. So here's the VIRL topology, and then let's see, type in IP config just to show you. So here's the VIRL data network, then the DSL, and then the 10.10.10 network is for the VIRL management itself. So if I pull up a web browser, for example, and do the 10.10.101, that's how I get to my workspace. I can log in here, and I'm pretty much at capacity running everything here, but it works just fine. Then on my secure CRT session, I have all the CSR 1000Vs, those are static, which is nice. The GNS3 I have set up, and then the nice thing with those is you can also use a console port, statically assign it on the VM or on VIRL. If I have to go in console, I'll usually just have to right click telnet and then telnet to its console port because it changes every time. So basically all these are management. One thing is whenever I restart VIRL, I have to, on these switches, I have to manually go back in and change the VLAN IP because no matter what I put it in, it's set as whatever it's set in the flat on the VIRL INI file. And whenever I change that and try to recompile it, nothing works. So I just leave it at the default, but then manually change it later. And you can see you can just log into any of the device, um, see how they're connected. Switch 4. If I go on a console port, here's the duplex mismatch, which I actually corrected that earlier too. Um, so when I stop the next simulation, I'll extract the config. And then of course, the CSRs and let's see. So by default, I can connect let's see. So on my Visio, for example, I can connect to any of the devices. So right now I'm on I'm remotely into this, but CSR1. So if I wanted, so that's this one here. So if I want to connect to R8, it's just this subnet and then .8, for example. So 172.30.08 and password, and now I'm in the VIRL, this router here. And let's see what else. Oh, so if I want to, if I exit out there, if I want to be able to get to the public internet, the labs, most everything that I use is never going to go to the internet, but I made this management VLAN setup with NAT on the gateway router so that if I need to export something to a public server or whatever the case may be, I can put in a static route and then I'm able to ping out to the public internet. And that's the same case with any device, including GNS3. Let's see. None of these should have routes in there already, so oops. So I'm able to get out, from GNS3, and then same with VIRL. Oops, what am I doing? 172.30.0254. Let's see, 8. So you can just, pick whatever IPs you want if you need to. So let's see, and I think that's pretty much it. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Whether you're using vSphere with the CSR1000Vs only, if you're using VIRL only, or GNS3 only, they all work. But in this case, I needed serial interfaces, which VIRL currently doesn't support. The nice thing with the VIRL switches is it is a layer 3 switch. Even though it's technically not supported, you can, from what I've tested with it, it works just fine. And so here you can see CDP, I turn that on, it sees the GNS3's devices and the other switches from the VIRL location. You can look at spanning tree, so it's pretty cool. You can do quite a bit with it. It doesn't support private VLANs, but for Cisco studies, it's pretty cool. I've been having fun with it and also using it as a training resource. So just thought I'd show you how I have it set up and some things you can do with it. So hope you enjoyed this and thanks for watching.